Hello Internet, welcome back. It has been a minute since we've done an update on the eclipse. It's actually been a while since I've done an update on anything. It seems like it's been a lot longer than it has. It's certainly been a little bit. Back in February, a week after my last video, we headed out to Orlando to the Mitsubishi Owners Meet for 2021. Had a fantastic time. Big thanks to Tommy for putting that together. Josh, Ricky, Alyssa, all you guys for hosting, the event and letting us stay with you guys and everything. Really appreciate that. Had a blast. On the flip side of that, I came back into allergy season in North Carolina. Stayed pretty sick for a little bit and also distracted at the same time. And this is my first video since then. And I really apologize for that. Shame on me. Shame on me. But back to the eclipse. Well, we got a lot of stuff going on here. Since the last video, we've managed to do a lot of work to it. You see we got our intake pipe here. It's finally back, leak-free. I've got a lot of the wiring stuff handled, especially for the battery relocation. Underneath here I have our main post. I don't know if it's going to stay there, but I think I like it. So it could stay there. I've got the fuel system all bolted up, all tight. I've turned on the fuel pump and ECM link and made sure that there are no leaks. It's holding pressure when the pump is on, which is always fantastic, always a benefit. I did have to replace my cruise control linkage and the little box that it sits in. It's kind of a pain, but the cable was legitimately falling apart. And since I actually use cruise control about 60% of the time I drive this thing, well, I kind of need that. A couple other things going on. Radiator has come out for a little bit. I really wanted to try to have a little bit more space for working on these wastegate lines. They're actually plumbed up incorrectly right now. I wanted to do hard lines, but I'm so damn excited to see this thing crank up and be able to drive it. We're just gonna go with hoses for now. It'll be fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see what other things. Got the intake fittings all sealed up. Everything's good there. I did go ahead and get the Innovate stuff wired up. So like right here is our wideband, our temperature and pressure for the oil. I basically just got it going through this grommet here. It's a convenient place for it. Windshield wiper stuff is mostly done. I have to find my other arm and just bolt those guys down. Everything else is good to go. Actually decided kind of mid-flight we're going to go ahead and put the AC back in as well, because it's hot as hell out here, and spending 4 hours a day in this car with no air conditioner is just unbearable. Would not recommend. So what's left to do is I have to sneak my arm through here. I gotta finish up the wiring here. I wanted to do something a little bit more reliable than what there was. The wiring harness is actually finished. I do need to go back and check specifically my TPS wiring, make sure that they're in the right positions. I think they're reversed right now. I've had a couple of issues with my notes for that. I know I said in one of my videos, make sure you take really good notes and make sure that you can't screw it up. And I screwed it up. I screwed it up pretty good. But I think those 4 pins are the only ones left to verify, and that can go in. One kind of big problem we have, and it won't stop the car from starting, but it'll keep me from driving it, is this pipe right here. I got it back and it's sealed, and you can see maybe down here, yeah, you can see it does clear the radiator hose. It didn't do that before. It used to sit on top. But now, how can I angle this camera? Now my linkage over here, I don't think there's a good way to show this. My gear shift linkage actually hits my intake pipe. You can certainly hear it, no doubt about it. In all positions, when the counterweight swings over, it is hitting my intake, and if I force it into position, you can see it actually moves the pipe over. So I'm waiting on a friend of mine to show up, see if he can help me. One of my fellow car guys who actually welds, for a living, knows what he's doing. I'm hoping we can figure out how to cut this and twist it, or shift the angles off just a little bit to dodge that counterweight. I would cut the counterweight off, but I don't think that's really the right answer. I think just moving the pipe out of the way is a better thing to do. So once we get that done, and we get once we get the wiring actually plugged in, this thing's ready to go. And frankly, I'm so excited. I can't even put it into words. I have one more coupler I have to buy. This one's a little bit too big for the coupler that connects my lower intercooler piping to the turbo. I gotta pick one of those up tomorrow, which is easy enough. But I mean, we are right there at the finish line. So hopefully my buddy gets here soon. We can make a plan on that, and I'll finish up the wiring probably tonight. No need to make a video on that, and get that coupler tomorrow. Maybe we'll hear it crank. If you haven't subscribed, you're going to want to. I don't know if I will do a like a Friday video, or maybe a Saturday weekend kind of thing. I may live stream it. I may wait till Wednesday. It kind of depends on what the vibe is when we get started on getting this thing cranked up. So make sure you've subscribed. Make sure you enable your notifications. And until then, take care. We'll see you soon.